Yes, welcome back. So in the last session, I think we have discussed question number 9. Fairly interesting question that was, because it was based on process costing, and we also did it a little differently because the question asked was not the cost per unit but to find the value of materials and labor input. So we had to go a little reverse. Fairly important question. Now moving on. We are now going to discuss question number 10, and this question is on the concept or the chapter of joint products and byproducts. So let us first revise the basics of this chapter and then we can go on with the sum. Chalu karenge. So let's start quickly. So as per this chapter, my main objective of this chapter is to allocate the common cost or the joint cost to my multiple products. What are multiple products? There are certain processes which lead to the production of 2 or more than 2 FG at the same time. बराबर. So एक process होगा और process के end में 2 or 3 products will be produced jointly. My objective in this chapter is to allocate the joint cost amongst the 3 products, and these 3 products are called joint products. In technical terms, the point at which the 3 different products obtain their unique identity, it is called the point of split off. Any costs incurred before the point of split off are called the common costs or the joint costs, and these costs should be going to respective products. But that's my objective. First method. The first method of joint cost ka allocation, the best method is the sales value method. Whatever is the output at the point of split off of A, B and C, that very output has to be multiplied with the respective selling price, and this is the ratio of the joint cost ka allocation. First and the best method. Next best method. Suppose the selling price is not available at the point of split off, then you may have to go one step ahead, process the goods, and then you will have a selling price. So we have to come back to the point of split off, and that is called the notional sales value method, and the formula is final sales value minus the post separation cost. This is notional, this is as if, so this is the value at which the goods would have been sold at split off had there been any customer. So final sales value minus post separation cost is the notional sales value, and this is the ratio in which the costs are to be allocated. Example, if there are 2 products A and B, समझो A का selling price है लेकिन B का selling price नहीं है, then I will go to final sales value of B, separate or subtract the post separation cost, come at notional sales value of B, and the ratio will be normal sales value of A is to notional sales value of B. Just because I have used notional sales value of B does not mean compulsorily I have to use notional sales value of A also. So notional sales value is to be used only and only when sales value is not available. So final sales value minus post separation cost is the notional sales value. Second best method. And third method and the least preferred method is the output method. Costs are to be allocated among A, B and C in the respective output of the goods. जो भी 10 kgs होगा, 12 kgs होगा, जो भी ratio होगा of the kgs or the weight of the output, that is the ratio of cost allocation. Here ना हो गया पहला concept. Then we also have done the concept of reverse cost sheet. अपने को sales दिया था, नहीं उल्टा, अपने को sales दिया है, अपने को profit दिया है, we'll be getting the total cost. Total cost में से subtract the post separation cost, and balancing figure will be the share in the joint cost. Share in joint cost से याद आया, once we get the share of joint cost in the respective products, that is going to be the starting point in the respective cost sheets of A, B and C. Cost sheet will only be made of the respective products. It will not be made of the process or before the products came into existence. So once I allocate the joint cost using the 3 methods or the best method, whichever method, that is the starting point of my cost sheet, share in joint cost, and then I will have further materials, labor, overheads, admin, and the normal cost sheet continues. So basic cost allocation was concept number 1. Second concept was reverse cost sheet, and then we had the concept of depth in processing. What was this? Sometimes it is possible that the market or the product has a market at the point of split off, and the product can also be sold after further processing. So the question is whether I should process the goods further or not, or should I sell the product at the point of split off. So what do we have to do? What we'll have to do is we will have to find something as the final sales value This is nothing but the final sale value of the goods if the goods are sold after processing. So this is obviously going to be the output of the goods into selling price at the final stage. Then you compare this with the sale value at the split off. Obviously this is going to be output at the point of split off into SP at the point of split off. Barabar? Once you compare these two, you are going to get, एक minute, let me erase this. You are going to get the something called as incremental sale value. This is going to be A minus B. ठीक है, अपन करेंगे A minus B. For obvious reasons, the value of the sale or the sale value of the output at the final stage is bound to be higher because of further processing. The goods will command a higher selling price. So selling price at the final stage is bound to be higher than the sales value at the point of split off, and we will get the incremental sale value. This incremental sale value has to be compared with the incremental cost, and this incremental cost is nothing but the further processing cost which we have incurred after the split off stage, and this will be some number, say okay, this must be some X or X, this must be some number, and whatever is the answer here, depending on that we take the decision. So if the incremental sale value is higher than the incremental cost, if this is higher, then in that case we will say go for further processing, because further processing is leading to incremental net revenue. However, if the incremental cost is higher, then in that case we will advise to sell the product at the point of split off, because if we further process there is an incremental cost, so do not go ahead, sell at split off, and this concept is called depth in processing. I hope chapter याद आ गया हो. ये चैप्टर के ऊपर एंड ये कॉन्सेप्ट के ऊपर वी विल बी डूइंग क्वेश्चन नंबर 10. याद आ गया सब जॉइंट प्रोडक्ट बाय प्रोडक्ट का? होपफुली यस. जितना सफिशिएंट है टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन उतना तो मैंने बोल दिया है, सो इट इज मोर देन एनफ दैट यू एटलीस्ट रिमेंबर्ड व्हाट आई हैव जस्ट टॉट. ठीक है, so we are all set to start question number 10, and this is on joint product by product. So let us start question number 10 please. ठीक है, let's start question 10. Now a company processes raw materials in department 1 to produce 3 products A, B and X. So these are my joint products. ठीक है, at the split off stage. ठीक है, so basically A, B and X got their unique distinctive identities at the point of split off. Any cost incurred before A, B and X became A, B and X are called common costs or joint costs, which in this chapter our objective is to allocate. आगे बढ़ेंगे. During the period 1,80,000 kgs of raw materials were processed in department 1 at a total cost of 12,88,000. Now ये अपन ने इनपुट किया है, इसको प्रोसेस किया है, एंड इसको प्रोसेस करने के बाद A, B and X was the output, which means in my example in layman terms 12,88,000 is the common cost, also known as joint costs. ठीक है, and the output of A, B and X is 18,000, 10,000 and 54,000 respectively, which means A का 18,000, B का 10,000 and X का 54,000. A and B were further processed. So we have been given the information that A and B were further processed. ठीक है, at a cost of 1,80,000 and 1,50,000. Okay, can I say these costs are post separation costs? The answer is yes, because this cost or these costs are incurred for further processing. So once the products are separated at the point of split off, these costs are further incurred, which means these are my post separation costs. आगे बढ़ेंगे. X was further processed in department 3. तो मतलब अपन ने A भी further process किया है, अपन ने B भी further process किया है, and अपन ने X भी further process किया है, which means we have further processed all the 3 products at the point of split off. And the cost is 108. So can I say 180, 150 and 108 are post separation cost of A, B and X respectively? The answer is yes. there is no waste in further processing. What does this mean? It means अगर 18,000 kgs of A are further processed, processing करने के बाद भी 18,000 is the output. Sometimes after further processing there could be some normal loss of 2%, 5%, जो question में दिया होगा, यहाँ पे नहीं दिया है, means 18,000 was the output at split off, and after further processing also 18,000 has remained 18,000. आगे बढ़ेंगे. Then हाँ, the details of sales affected is as follows. So ये अपना sales है, sales 17,000, sales 5,000 and sales 44,000. ये अपना हो गया sales. ठीक है. Tell me what was A का production? A का production was 18,000, out of which 17,000 is sold. What is B's production? 10,000, out of 10,000 5,000 is sold, and C का 54, out of 54 44,000 is sold, and these are my respective sales value. 1224, 250 and 792. ठीक है. Selling price मिल जाएगा if at all it is asked, because output is quantity sold is known and sales value is also known. अभी करना क्या है? ठीक है. There was no opening stock. Very good. If these, the word is if, okay, if these products were sold at split off. Now before we go ahead, first of all tell me, are these products as of now sold at split off? The answer is no, because the question clearly mentioned कि मैंने इन तीनों products को post process further process किया है and then I have sold. And one more hint is the fact that the word used is if. If these products were sold at split off, अगर then the SPs of A, B and X would have been 50, 40, 10. मतलब 50, 40, 10 are their selling prices at the point of split off, and 1224 divided by 17,000, 250 divided by 5,000 and 792 divided by 44,000, जो भी numbers आएंगे that are their SPs actual, because this is the actual scenario. Actually the products have been sold after split off, output is known, sales value is known, I will get the selling price. Let's use a selling price of 1 and then I will go ahead just to cross verify. So 12,24,000 divided by 17,000 कितना आता है? 72. So 72 is the selling price of A after processing, and 50 ये वाला is selling price of A at the point of split off. And similarly we can get SPs of B and X by simply dividing 250 upon 5 and 792 upon 44. ठीक है. आगे बढ़ेंगे. पूछा क्या है? Prepare a statement showing the apportionment of the joint cost to A, B and X, which means ये वाला जो joint cost था अपना, ये वाला 12,88,000, this 12,88,000 is to be apportioned or allocated between A, B and X. आगे बढ़ेंगे. Prepare a statement showing the cost per kg of each product indicating joint cost जो मिलेगा पार्ट 1 से, and further processing cost जो अपने को मिला है, जो दिया है क्वेश्चन के अंदर, that is we have to show total cost of product having separate rows for joint cost and post separation cost. Joint cost plus post separation cost दोनों मिला के is my total product cost. Third, prepare a statement showing product wise and total profit for the period. 1 column particulars, 3 columns for 3 products, and 4th column for my total column, because they have specifically asked total profit for the period. Total पूछा है, total दे देने का, क्या सोचने का उसमें. Point number 4, decide means make a decision. Decide with supporting calculations obviously as to whether any or all of the product should be further processed or not, and this is known as we have just explained, the depth in processing, meaning should we process these goods further or not. ठीक है. All clear? So we have been given data of 3 products. We have their joint costs, we have the sale value at the split off, we have the output at split off, we have the sale value after post separation cost, we have the post separation cost as well, and we have been given everything. It is just a matter of using the formulas and simply allocating the cost amongst the 3 products. ठीक है. First things first, prepare a statement showing apportionment of joint cost to A, B and C. ठीक है. First of all, what is my joint costs? I would say my joint costs as per the question's data is rupees 12,88,000. बराबर. मैंने क्या बोला था? The best method. Okay, first of all, has the question mentioned which method to use? Let us read. They have simply said apportionment joint cost. You know for a fact there are three methods. Now the most easiest method is allocate as per the kgs, because kgs are like directly known to us. ऐसा नहीं करने का. The best method to allocate the cost is sale value method. If the question has given you guys the details to allocate the cost as per the sale value, then it is implied, not assumed, it is implied that sale value method has to be used, irrespective of given or not given. तो अपने को sale value method में ही allocate करना है. So what I'll do is I will have one column for particulars, one column for, I'm doing in short, we'll obviously read solutions also, A, B and X. We will have output. Outputs are all known at point of split off. We will have the SP. SP is also known as split off. We will get some values, and this is the ratio in which we have to allocate joint cost of 12,88,000, and well, that's it. The output at the point of split off is 18,000, 10,000 and 54,000, and the selling price is ये वाला 50, 40 and 10, because this is the point of split off, and we have to always use the sale value at split off as the best method of allocation. Simple. Numbers में यहाँ पे दिखाया नहीं है, but numbers obviously are given, so we will discuss directly from the solution. चालू करेंगे. Let us start please. First part, allocation of the joint cost. We know for a fact output of A was 18,000, B was 10,000, C was 54,000. This was already given from these numbers in this line. किधर गया अपना ये वाला 18,000. अरे let me undo this, मैंने पेन गलत यूज कर लिया as usual. 18,000, 10,000 and 54,000. So these numbers are coming here, 18, 10, 54. Then we have to use sales value at the point of split off. At the point of split off it is 50, 40 and 10. This is coming from, oh nahi, galat. This is coming from 50, 40, 10, these lines. ठीक है, ये भी इनका हो गया. So we have got the sale value of A, sale value of B and sale value of C. Total is just like summation, and now it is just a question of allocation of total cost. 1288. ये कहाँ से आया? 1288. 1288 is coming from here. ये वाला अपना, अरे वापस मैं भूल गया. 1288 ये वाला. So 1288 is known. We have the ratio of 9 lakh is to 4 lakh is to 5 lakh 40, and simply do the ganit, and I will get the share in joint cost of 12,88,000 as 630, 280 and 378. Very simple, no difficulty whatsoever, because output was given, sales value was given at the point of split off. It is simply a question of allocating joint cost in this ratio. So first part done, very very simple. So that is gone. Second part, prepare a statement showing the cost per kg of each product, मतलब A, B and X, indicating joint cost and further processing cost and total cost separately. So all we have to do is add up the share in joint cost जो भी मिला है अपने को to my post separation cost. Now, do I have my post separation cost? Yes, the post separation costs are 1,80,000, 1,50,000 and 1,108. But these are not per unit. These are process costs. All I have to do is divide all these costs with the output. I will get the post separation cost per unit, and then I will add this to my share in joint cost per unit, and I will get total cost of A, B and X separately. Let us go to that solution please. Joint cost apportioned is coming from here itself, that is 630, 280 and 378 is coming from this row, ये वाला, बराबर. Then output is obviously known to us as 18,000, 10,000 and 54,000. Simply divide the share in joint cost with the output, and I will get the joint cost on a per unit basis, बराबर. ये मेरा सिर्फ joint cost है. Then I have the post separation cost. These were 1,80,000. undo करना पड़ेगा. Okay, these were 1,80,000, 1,50,000 and 108, again given to us directly in the question. Output of 18, 10 and 54 is again given to us in the question, and I will get the share of post separation cost at, okay, that's not called share, it is post separation cost per unit, that is 10, 15 and 2. After I add 35 to 10, I will get obviously 45, 28 plus 15, 43, 7 plus 2, 9, and this is how I get my total cost per kg split between post separation cost and share in joint cost. And this is my part number 2. total cost मालूम पड़ा, and split has been given of joint cost as well as post separation cost. So part 1 gone, part 2 also gone. Then we come to part number 3. Prepare a statement showing the product wise and total profit for the period. Interesting. Now tell me, पूछा क्या है? Profit. Tell me, profit is a factor of which two things? Sales value and cost. Tell me, sales value के लिए which quantity will I use? Goods produced की goods sold? If I need sales value, the common sense is I will use the goods sold quantity, and the goods sold quantity will be coming from here. 17,000, 5,000 and 44,000. अपना है sales value, but I need the rupees. So sales value, okay, sales value is known, all the more better. 1224, 2,50,000 and 792. ये अपना हो गया sales value. Tell me, sales value is corresponding to which goods? 17,000 goods sold ki 18,000 goods produced for A. Obviously 17,000 goods sold, because sale value will never be for goods produced for finding profits. It will always be for quantity sold, which is 17,000, 8,000, 5,000 and 44,000. Then comes cost. Now tell me, have we found out the cost per unit? We have, right, in this part. 45, 43 and 9. Yes, definitely yes. Now this cost is to be used on which quantity? Goods produced quantity or goods sold quantity? Do not make the mistake of multiplying 45, 43 and 9 with the goods produced quantity, because you can't compare sales of 17,000 output with the cost of 18,000 output. बराबर? So either take the sales of 17,000 and the cost of 17,000 to get the profit, या फिर sales of 18 and cost of 18 to get the profit. However, if the sales is 17, then you have to use 17,000 sales quantity and find the cost of 17,000 quantity only to get the profit. So very simple, 17,000 into selling price of अपना ये जो भी number आया था अपना 1224, ये तीन numbers 1224, ये numbers are given to us, sales. What the ICI has done in this solution is they have added the closing stock का value to get the total cost of the entire production, and then they have also किधर गया अपना value of production is so and so. Then they have apportioned joint cost, then they have added post separation cost, they have found total cost, and then they have found the profit. They have done long cut. What you guys can do, simply take the sale value of 17,000, किधर गया 17,000, हाँ 17,000, 5,000 and 44,000. From the sales value, subtract the cost of these goods only. So 17,000 into 45, next sale quantity into 43 and sale quantity into 9. This is the cost of goods. Subtract the sale value from the cost of goods and I will get the profit as 459, 35 and 396. बराबर? Or what you guys can do is you guys can start with the cost sheet. Cost sheet में तुम goods produce से चालू करो, then you subtract the closing stock because it's add opening less closing. You will get the cost of goods sold, and then you compare the cost of goods sold with the sale value. I will get the same profits only. So either you make a cost sheet. However, in the cost sheet, do not forget to adjust the closing stock, because sale 17,000 का है और your cost sheet will be prepared for 18,000 goods as far as A is concerned. So find the total cost of production, adjust the closing stock, get the cost of goods sold, then you compare with the sales. I'll get the profit. Or best thing would be start from sales, subtract the cost of sales from the profit. That is nothing but, मैं तुमको shortcut दिखाता हूँ कैसे करना है. चलो, what you can do is I'll be making in rough. So it will be one column particulars and one column for A, one column for B, one column for X and total, because I think total भी पूछा है. ये अपना हो गया the table sales. Here I will use 17k. Oh नहीं, 17k की ज़रूरत नहीं, because we already have the sale value. What is the sale value? 1224. So 12,24,000 is the sale value of A, less cost. I would say 17,000 quantity sold into what is the cost of A which we have found out, 45. 17,000 into 45, you will get some value here. चलो क्रॉस वेरीफाई कर ही लेते हैं. इतना अगर आगे बढ़ चुके हैं अपन तो अपन आगे बढ़ ही लेते हैं. So 17,000 output sold into 45 cost of goods, 7,65,000 is the cost of goods sold, and 7,65,000 minus 12,24,000 appears to be 459,000, and this is what you will see in the solution as well. As you can see, 4,59,000. ICI ने लॉन्ग कट किया है, अपन ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, and we will get the profits, and that is the end of part number 3. Sales known, selling price known, cost per unit known, quantity of sales known, I will get the profit, and the fourth column will represent the total profit which has been specifically asked as 8,90,000. Pure multiplication है. So part 3 is also gone. So 1 gone, 2 gone. अब क्या बचा अपना? 1 gone, 2 gone, 3 gone. Last part. Decide whether with supporting calculation whether any or all of supporting products should be further processed. As I mentioned, we'll have to first compare. The sales value, which is final stage, with the sale value at split off. This will give me the incremental sale value, and with this I will compare the incremental cost of processing further, and I will get the net benefit or the net cost, and depending on benefit or cost I will decide. Benefit है तो further process, cost है तो sell at split off. Very simple. So let us start with part number 4. What they have done is all this मेहनत of valuation of closing stock जो अपने को करने का जरूरत नहीं है. So if you do the cost sheet method, then you will have to value closing stock, because you will start from sales. You will start from production costs, adjust the closing stock, you get the cost of goods sold, and then you compare this with sales to get the profit. ठीक है. Then let's discuss part number 4, because आपने shortcut किया हुआ है, which is absolutely valid in the exam, no problem whatsoever. Now the fourth part, selling price at the point of split off. Can I say these values are given to me as 50, 40 and 10? This is coming from the given data only. ये वाला 50, 40 and 10 numbers are given. What is the SP? The final stage SP. What I will do is, this sale value of 12,24,000, ये वाला I will divide by 17. I will get the selling price at the final stage. Similarly, 2,50,000 upon 5, I'll get the final selling price, and 792 upon 44, I will get the final selling price. This selling price has to be compared with the sale value or selling price at the point of split off. So as I said, this is 72, 50 and 18. Sales upon, okay, do not divide the sales value with the goods produced. Sale value obviously has to be of the quantity sold. So divide the sale value with the output or the quantity of goods sold, I'll get the selling price. So my incremental selling price is 22, 10 and 8. इतना selling price extra मिला है if I decide to go further. बराबर. Coincidentally, I also have the prices per unit for post separation, that is nothing but 10, 15 and 2, which is nothing but coming from here, this column or this table. 10, 15 and 2. This, when compared to my incremental sale value, I get a benefit of 12 in case of A, a benefit of 6 in case of X, and a benefit of a loss or a cost of 5 in case of B, which means A should be further processed, X should be further processed, and B should not be further processed. It should be sold at the point of split off, because if we decide to go ahead, it results in a net cost of 5. And that's my conclusion, that A and X has to have incremental profit, which means hence these two may be further processed. Further processing of B is not profitable, so B shall be sold at the point of split off. Done. So question number 10 is also done, and with this we finish the first 10 questions of May 18 ka RTP. You have got, I think, 5 more questions to go. ठीक है. That's it for today, and I will take a break today, and we will resume next with question number 11 and onwards. So let us see 11 में क्या है. Service costing. We will revise service costing in the next video, and we will solve this question. Hope these sessions are helping you guys.